What's up, Steve Storr? What's up, Meg Scholl? What's up, Dana Tice Drudge? John Holland, Mel, I hope Arizona is wonderful. We really missed you last week. Lots of Glendale trains for you. So that's good. I'm live in living color. Adam Drudge bringing you the tunage in the background. Sorry about my drumming a second ago. That's why I don't get behind a full kit. Welcome, everybody. Season 1, Episode 5, and it's a big one. I'm going to do a lot of recap of last week because it was a long, big week. I'm going to zoom through the calendar tonight to try to get to Drudge early because we got some great questions and we're going to sit and chat a little bit. And so, yeah. First. Thank you for all of the birthday love last week, y'all. Truly did feel it. I will try not to cry until later, but thank you for the love. It started Wednesday with the Come Heres. Playing music was what I wanted to do for my birthday, and that's what I got to do. So thank you, Jan, Trip, Bob, John, obviously, Blake, for letting me sit in and play some songs. The Casey Jones was fun. All of it was fun. The Into the Mystic was fun, one of my favorite songs. I don't know if y'all got the heads up that was one of my favorite songs or not, or if the universe just worked like that. Probably just the universe. Great time. Thank y'all for letting me play. Best birthday present ever, getting to play with the Come Heres. Special thank you to everyone that had a hand in making it special for me. First off, Key, thank you, my love, for the balloons, the sweets, loving me every day. I know it's hard to do most days. Thank you, my buddy Dave Waldo. Showed up with the donuts. Everyone enjoyed. I had the apple turnover for Sunday breakfast, and it was delightful, even 4 days later. So thank you, my brother Dave. Everyone that brought me gifts, y'all really didn't have to do that, but thank you. Too many of y'all to mention. Sarah, everyone, Doc, Freddie, and I'm still getting gifts. So thank you. That's not what it's all about, but thank you. Going into Thursday, we had Hashberry Happy Hour. Got to sit on a couple songs at the end of the first set, most of the second set. A lot of fun. Jumped in on the loser. Had a good time. Sounded great. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Niedermeyer. Thank you, Todd, for letting me do that. Great time. The loser, playing nice and fast. It was so much fun. Thank you. And then we went into Whistlers at 8 o'clock. And let me tell you, from Happy Hour, the start of Happy Hour, I'm a little under the weather, y'all. I've been blowing my nose all day, kind of sick. Thank you for Adam and Dan for still doing this. The calendar is tight, so I wanted to make sure that we got in tonight and got to talk about this week too. By the way, I have exclusive news on a date tonight. Y'all want to stay tuned for. Whistlers. Listen, I talk about King Solomon's Marbles a lot. John Leadis, he's been sitting a lot. Craigslist Jerry all over town. Couldn't have it any better. Love to see Tom at Instant Karma Band. Always makes me think about Sean Hoppy, and his name came up several times Thursday night, which is awesome. The legacy lives on. Sean is the man for sure. Will never be forgotten. But Whistlers just killed it. Tina, lead is. I mean, it was amazing. And then the Craigslist. So it was a Whistler set, then a Craigslist set, then a Whistler set, then a Craigslist set, then the Super Jam. And let me just tell you, my brothers in Craigslist Jerry, thank you for allowing me to play. I know I can be a handful sometimes, and I do my best. Been playing less than a year, everybody, so be patient with me. Also, a little bit of news. I won't be at Happy Hour this Friday. I have to pick my daughter up, so plan accordingly. More on Friday night here in a second when we get to the calendar. But Craigslist Jerry, the recordings do the show justice and the band justice. It's weird hearing myself back and hearing all the mistakes I make, especially on the fills and the transitions and things. It's hard. It was a hard moment for me listening to that yesterday when I got the file from Taylor. But, hey, Drudge said that makes me a real musician now, right? When you hate the way you sound on tape. I'm glad Rothman doesn't listen to him back.
Oh, he does.
Well, he's also listening to the board mix, so hopefully you don't hear me as much because I'm not mic'd up. But thank you, it was awesome. Lead is sitting in. I mean, there's all sorts of good stuff on these recordings, y'all. If you want a copy, let me know. I've got them. They're in my car right now. They've been in my CD player since yesterday. So many highlights in there. Deep Ellum, How Sweet It Is, the Black Peter, which is, our signature Black Peter, which I really didn't get into the groove until halfway through the song. I don't know why. I know that song. I know how we play that song. Anyway, I'm digressing way too much. Killer set. The debut of Wish You Were Here. When I pulled up to Drudge's today, it was the third time I listened to it on the ride over here, and I showed him my arm because I had gooses from the Wish You Were Here, because the crowd singing the Wish You Were Here means so much. I've always been about crowd interaction with bands, but now that when you're up there playing, it means even more. But thank you. The Wish You Were Here debut scratched me right where I itched. Mega Jam, the other one, Jeff Rothman get behind the drum kit. What fun. Not Fade Away. The Eyes Jam, which was like 24 minutes. Such a good time. Super Jam. All we can say is the 25th anniversary party lived up to expectations, I would say. All reports are that it was just amazeballs, and it was. The ripple at the end, I mean, come on. Okay, and then Friday we had Craigslist Jerry Happy Hour. The Road Warriors. I begged the guys to play the Wish You Were Here again, and they did. Thank God. Got Mel's Glendale Train in there. And Mel, I want you to know that I played 6.5 sets of music last week for my birthday, and my arms crapped out on Glendale Train with 15 minutes left in the second Craigslist Jerry set Friday afternoon. My arms just gave out. That's the most I've ever played consecutive days. 6.5 sets was a lot to me. So Mel, the Glendale Train did me in just for you, my love. Can't wait till you get back. Everyone misses you. We talk about it every time we're at the bar, and last week we were at the bar every day. That's going into Friday night. Blind and dirty. I mean, it is, you know, billed as expected. Thank you for the shout outs. It was funny. There was someone named Angie. It was her birthday, and they were like, "We got a special birthday in the house," and everyone turned and looked at me, and they were like, "It's Angie's birthday." And everyone's just sort of looking at me. I'm like, "Yeah, Angie." I'm like, "Let's sing happy birthday," because I really, despite what everyone thinks, I'm really not a glory hog. But so we all sang happy birthday to Angie. I participated. You know, the fans watched me. We participated. Afterwards, James was like, "We couldn't come to Richmond without acknowledging a belated birthday to the mayor of Richmond," and I just loved it. You guys know. And then some highlights were for Blind and Dirty, the new Speedway, the other one, the Morning Dew, the Shakedown, or the Brick in the Wall Tees Shakedown. I thought they were going to pull a Blue Rooster and do the Shakedown, Brick in the Wall Shakedown, but they didn't. Great crowd. You guys belted it out. I hope I wasn't presumptuous leading the Hey Jude jam in the at the end of the Dear Mr. Fantasy, but when I think about jams and the Grateful Dead in Richmond, I think about the Dick's Picks from '85 where they did the Dear Mr. Fantasy. Or
was that at the Coliseum?
Yeah, I think there was snow on the ground or something. I'm sure I'm getting something wrong, and I'll get corrected by all the old heads. But just some highlights at Richmond over the year. Recent history. You know, we're going to talk about Suggesting Rhythm a lot, but it was one of my first shows. I'm still debating on what my first show was, but we were at the bar at Carey Street, and we did the Dear Mr. Fantasy and the Hey Jude, man, and it was just organic from the crowd. It felt so good.
That first time?
Yeah, that was when I met Mike and Katie. I was like, "Are we going to lead the Hey Jude?" He was like, "Hell yeah, we are." I was like, "Oh my God, you're my best friend." So it was important for me to get off, so I'm sorry if I was presumptuous getting in front of y'all and leading the Hey Jude, but again, it's super good. So thank you, Blind and Dirty. Those guys were great. We talked about Steve Stock and why it didn't work out, and we'll do our best for Steve Stock 3. So that was Friday night. I mean, Saturday we have the group hug at the bar. You know, great turnout for that. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The weather broke just in time for us, and now the Feds have all of our picture. So great job. Thank y'all for turning out for Robin. Instant Karma Band. I left. Friday night was a long night. I left the Steve Stock paper tickets in my other car. I didn't drive there. I drove home with Key. I didn't have the tickets. I will be at the March Instant Karma Saturday show with those tickets. Promise. I can't do brunch. Everyone knows how my Sundays are. Can't do brunch this week, but I will have Instant Karma Steve Stock Miracle next Saturday. In March's Saturday Instant Karma show. I promise. Instant Karma. Love those guys. Love the Beatles. Can't wait for Breakfast with the Beatles. Steve Stock 3, 10 a.m. Saturday morning. That is it on the recap. Amazing weekend of music. Nobody's got it better than us. We always say that. What's up, Kristen girl? Ed, what's up, buddy? Ed and Tina. We got the whole family. John Holland. Thank you, sir. Debbie Belcher, my girl, my number 2. Bert. I saw Bert on the article that professor writes. I don't know if you read it. Did you read it? So Bert ran into some college professor, and like he picks random shows and goes to it, and then he writes a blog about it. And so like he picked this like for a Grateful Dead show, and he talked to Bert. And
about the Blind and Dirty show.
Yeah, the Blind and Dirty show. Yeah.
It's a good write-up.
Yeah, it was. Blue Rooster was a hell of a recommendation for you. You won't hear me say a bad name about that, but we could have gave him a whole list. Next time, Bert, introduce him to me, and let's get the national train going. So that was last weekend, guys. Thank you. Amazing time. Let's go over the calendar really quick, okay? Starting with 2/12, we have the Whalers at the Jefferson Theater. I will not be attending. Daddy Day for me. Jefferson Theater in Charlottesville. 2/13 is sort of a huge deal for a couple of our major guys and some friends of the scene for a while. 2/13 this Thursday is Hashberry's 2-year anniversary playing happy hour on Thursday, 4 to 7 at Carey Street Cafe. Turn out, support those guys. Again, Daughter Day for me, but thank you for letting me play. I come whenever I can, you know that. And please show up Thursday afternoon. It's a big deal for those guys. The 2-year anniversary playing happy hour. Then that night, 2/13, also at the bar, and for any newcomers, the bar is Carey Street Cafe. 2:13 in the evening, we've got Slingshot on Mars. And opening profit margin is opening up for Slingshot on Mars, their second gig of their Thursday residency at Cary Street Cafe. That's all in 2:13. Another big day of music. Thursday is the new Friday. 2:14. I will not be at happy hour. I'm kicking myself. I'm diabolically planning on what to do. I really don't want to bring Lily and sit her in a booth at the bar because she's already shy enough. Thought about just bringing her up on stage and letting her sit next to me, maybe. I don't know. I guess it depends on how the ex-wife feels about that. I'll think about it. I mean, maybe I should be good because y'all turn out for Craigslist Jerry like you always do. But the big news for Valentine's Day, the love is Blue Rooster at Bon Air Community Center. Now, I've got a 7 p.m. on that, and that sounds early for those guys, especially since they know people come from happy hour because they will be coming from happy hour. We'll have to get, if one of those Rooster guys log on, someone ask them in the comments if that's right. Because I would think it's 7 o'clock doors and 8 o'clock show. But I have 7 p.m. for Blue Rooster, Bon Air Community Center. It's $10 if you're a non-member. It's BYOB, BYOF as in food. Valentine's Day, bring your date. It's going to be a good time. I promise lots of love from my brothers at Blue Rooster. 2:15, 2:15, 2:15. Here we go. The reason for the season. Suggesting Rhythm, second show, 2020 residency at the Camel. Don't forget, doors are at 7 unless we have a birthday party.
7:30.
Doors are at 7:30.
You can get there at 7.
You can get there at 7. Show at 8. 8 o'clock start time. Went over that with some friends earlier today. 8 o'clock start time on music. That's this Saturday, 2:15 at the Camel residency. Come see me at the merch booth. Still have a few pins left. They're going fast and furious. We've only had them at the John K. show. This will be the second show, and I think we sold 30, something like that. Yeah.
They're online too.
Online too. SuggestingRhythm.com, SteveStockMusicFest.com. The brunch this Sunday, Hashberry Collective. Keep it going with brunch, 2:16, Hashberry Collective. That's the full band. Always a great time at brunch. Next week, 2:18, Tedeschi Trucks at the Altria Theater. I don't think Key can go, so if anyone wants to be my date, let me know. Alan, I still want those tickets, buddy. Next week, besides Happy Hour, which in case y'all forgot, it's Come Here's 4 to 7 at Cary Street Cafe, Hashberry Trio, 4 to 7 Thursdays, Craigslist Jerry, 4 to 7 Fridays. Should be back next week. We may have a special guest too. Next Friday night is 2/21. That's Friday?
Yep.
2/21. Lazy Man Dub. Steve Stock 3 artist. Reggae, authentic, real, soulful reggae. Cary Street Cafe, 10 p.m. Commercial alert. I keep the special guest Adam train rolling. Next Monday night, my buddy Adam Beeson. I go way back with this guy. I'm going to ask him some funny Steve stories from back in the day. I'm going to tell a funny story about my real job and tour. And I'm even going to have some old school photos to share. So it's going to be a good time. Look forward to having my buddy Adam Beeson from Lazy Man Dub next Monday on this show. And they will be playing the bar next Friday. Steve Stock 3 artist. Late night Saturday band. Winding us down after a crazy day of music on Saturday. Get your tickets now. The price goes up at the end of the month. Brunch on 2/23 is Sisters and Brothers. Our Sisters and Brothers from Charlottesville. Don't forget them. 2/28, Brother Jerry at Castleberg Brewery, 7 p.m. 2/29, during the day, we have Shiver on the River featuring Craigslist Jerry and another band that Zozo. So I don't think it's Homo. Shiver on the River with Craigslist Jerry during the day. Then Saturday night, 2/29, Hump Day, or Leap Day, you've got your choice of a lot. You've got Susie and the G-Tunes doing Fleetwood Mac at River City Roll. You've got Better Off Dead at the Camel. Or you have the big deal, Suggesting Rhythm's 5th birthday party at the Canal Club. We'll talk about that here in a second. It's going to be a big deal. on Saturday, February 29th. 3-1, brunch is Slingshot off Mars. 3-6, Rockin' a Lock and Sisters and Brothers at the Southern Cafe. Huge deal. Buy your tickets now. Go vote for our friends, Sisters and Brothers. March 17th, Melvin Seals, JGB, John K. at the National for St. Patrick's Day. 321, Suggesting Rhythm, March Camel Show. 418, Suggesting Rhythm, Legends, anniversary show outside in the beautiful weather. 420, special Monday night show, Suggesting Rhythm at the Camel. 5-1 through 3, Steve Stock. Get your tickets now, stevestockmusicfest.com. 516, Suggesting Rhythm at the Camel. 529, About Time Fest, South Hill Banks, Rocco Roy. About Time Band, Blue Rooster, Brother Jerry, Sidetrack Band, Chronics.
9,
Become Yours Without a Neck. This is Jerry Hayes and Dacey's Special Olympics is the charity.
Happy New Year.
Susan, love you. All right. So I'm going to take a drink, and I'm going to bring a special guest. Let me just check. You are so funny. Thank you, Catherine. I'm a legend in my own mind. Hey, Tara, what's up, girl? Sup, Kyle? Ed Bray, homo.
Be nice.
Ed, it's not 1955 anymore. It's 2020. So we got to be careful what we say, brother. I know that was my fault. Totally right. I think there'll be an Ed question or two in there. So without further ado, I brought a real special guest. Let me see. These fish posters are really something.
Yeah, you love you some fish.
So you might recognize this guy. He's in my girlfriend's bedroom every morning. He is the big star of the HVAC commercial.
Yeah, I am.
He also plays in a little band called Suggesting Rhythm. All right, how's that, y'all? Can you see better than last week?
It's brighter for sure.
Adam Drudge from Suggesting Rhythm.
Thanks for having me.
We're all excited. Super big show. So I got a lot of questions, a lot of fan questions.
Can I stop the show real quick? So
sure, you're the big special rock star.
I was unable to give you a birthday gift last week, and I'm not sure if you can hear this Dance in the Streets playing, but it's from a popular Dick's Picks. I think it's 21. You talked about the show earlier tonight. And already, yeah. So there's a running joke with Suggesting Rhythm and him. Whenever we go to any venue, he's always like, yes, I got the Wi-Fi password.
I got the national Wi-Fi password. All the venues I'm
That's the most exciting thing to him is the Wi-Fi password. So anyway, since we've got him backstage,
take my hair down.
Since we've got him backstage at some places, and I'm not sure how long this place will last, I got you a backstage pass. If you can see this, let's see, 1985, November 1st, Richmond Coliseum.
It's fucking badass.
It's an official backstage pass. Happy birthday from all of us in Suggesting Rhythm. I'm working on the Wi-Fi password, so I'll get that to you soon. But happy birthday, brother. Thanks for everything you do for the band and the scene.
He's going to try to get me to cry. He's going to put Looks Like Rain on later. But really, the coolest gift, I got cool gifts from everyone, and this is definitely one of the coolest. I love the history of the band and the shows and everything, so
yeah, man.
I appreciate it, brother.
No problem,
It's not about the gifts, man. You know that. But
anytime, bro.
All right, let's get to these official questions, everybody.
Bring them.
I'm going to try to watch my phone a little bit for questions, but I get in this zone and I just want to talk about music. And the reason I started this show is because I want you guys to hear some of these crazy conversations that I have with these guys in the band that not all the fans get to have. And so I elaborate on some of that. We're going to have a stroke. You see all those hearts?
Yeah. We love you too.
We love you too.
That looks like Meg.
It probably is. I hope she's not stroking out. When and how did you fall in love with the Grateful Dead?
To be honest, it's our new drummer, Noel. Gingerbread. I've known Noel since 10th grade, 11th grade in high school. We were in jazz band together.
Nice.
And I was into like...
Good bass for the Grateful Dead?
Yeah, Noel's a trumpet player, actually. Pretty good trumpet player, like all county and all that.
Sure you could blow.
And so we met, and, you know, I was into like Stevie Ray Vaughan, Led Zeppelin, Hendrix, the rock and roll, the blues. And I didn't really know much of the Grateful Dead, and he turned me on and gave me Europe 72.
Good starting point.
Yeah, so I listened to that, and then in high school we went to see Phil Lesh and Friends with Allman Brothers at the Virginia Beach Amphitheater. So that was my first live show, seeing Phil Lesh and any
I
kind
didn't go to that show.
It was a good show.
My first show was the 02 Phil Lesh show at the Landmark.
Okay.
And the water main broke, so they had to cut it
I
short.
don't think I was at that one,
But I remember Strawberry Fields.
Yeah, they played that.
Terrapin Station. Cosmic Charlie.
Okay.
But yeah. Well, a lot of us grew up on Phil a lot of us younger heads grew up on Phil and Rat Dog and Bobby.
Oh, they were playing a lot.
Yeah,
This
right.
is the only thing to really go see. So. But yeah, Noel got me into the Grateful Dead.
Awesome. Hey, I bust Noel's balls a lot, and I call him the rookie and everything, but I really do love him, and he knows that. So,
Yeah. Noel's my guy.
hopefully we don't have to add another member anytime soon.
Nah.
Unless it's a saxophone player.
If anybody
but
wants
until then, he's still gonna be the rookie because I started before him.
True, yeah.
What was your first band? What's the name of your first band?
The first band. God, I don't even remember.
Do you remember? What kind of music was it?
Just classic rock, just playing Sweet Home Alabama and
Oh,
Wagon Wheel
God.
and all that crap.
One more.
That's why I probably can't remember who it was.
If one more of these fans yell "Wagon Wheel" at a happy hour, I'm gonna throw a drum. I'm gonna pull a Rothman and throw a drumstick.
That's the greatest thing about this band, though, that I don't hear the Wagon Wheel like I used to hear playing in other bands. So it's okay to hear Easy Wind more than Wagon Wheel.
Oh, my
by far.
God.
I'm happy with that.
Easy Wind, and I'm going off script. Easy Wind, we talk about that as a song, and sometimes I get a little bit of input in the set list, not much, but a little bit.
Yeah.
And you always go to Easy Wind for Juice. You like it at the end of a set for Juice, or at big shows for Juice, because y'all kill that song, right? It's just a good song.
Yeah, it's a good jam and E. It's fun. Everybody gets into the pig pen, like
Stone Cold Baller. Sarah, I don't know if you're watching, but I found my woodworking, putting my sweet posters in my new poster book that Key got me for my birthday. I found my pig pen, so that'll be on the merch table to tell the custies there's no deals. So Southern rock and all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I played in everything. I was in a band called Boxcar. Debbie Belcher.
Debbie Belcher, big boxcar fan.
Yeah, she was out there at Celebrations on Whole Street watching me.
Celebrations on
remember
Wall
that place?
Street. I think so.
Yeah.
I think I was away at school when that place was really hopping.
I got back from school in 2005 and started playing with some local bands around here doing shit like that. So, yeah.
I first heard about Suggesting Rhythm from my buddy Dennis Miller, who was a referee with me. And back then I didn't get a lot of free time, but he used to talk about, hey man, my friends, because he knew I liked the Grateful Dead, my friends started a Grateful Dead band, my friend Buzzy, and they're really good, man.
Yeah, Dennis. Good
So
guy.
I think my first show might not have been until early 2016. I don't know. I'm going to have to go back and really study. But how did Suggesting Rhythm start?
Suggesting Rhythm started with Jeff and Ed. Jeff, and I think it was around 2015, so that was fairly well. That kind of kicked off everybody, that resurgence of the Grateful Dead, I feel like. And,
well, I think Sherry will say, too, it kicked off Ramble on RVA.
Probably, yeah. I mean, everything kind of kicked off 2015, 2016. So,
I think it got me back into the scene big time.
Yeah. I think it did a lot of people, really.
A lot of that was life, lining up.
But yeah, Jeff started it. Him and Ed were in a band, and they had been in bands for about 5 years before. And Jeff was like, hey, Ed, I like the Grateful Dead. I want to start a band. I don't want anything, big. Just play maybe every 3-4 months. Would you do it with me? And Ed's like, sure, I'll learn it. And Ed had never really listened to the Grateful Dead before he got into this. I mean, he was a Yes fan. He's played in blues all up the East Coast in the 80s and all that.
Does he play gospel and stuff, too?
I mean, he plays in his church, but
yeah.
I mean, blues and gospel kind of go hand in hand. So,
right.
I mean, you've heard Ed.
Elvis stole it all, didn't he?
He can kind of walk and do that stuff. But those two started it. Then it went to Craigslist, and then they got Dave, Justin, and then Jeff sent me a message on Facebook randomly one day. And it was like, hey, we got your name from a mutual friend of Ed's, and we heard you play guitar and play Grateful Dead. Would you be interested in playing in with us?
Had you ever played the Grateful Dead band before?
I've never played in a Grateful Dead band. I loved it, and I like Fish.
What was your grasp of the material?
I was more of a fan than really
a player.
And for some reason it intimidated me. Like a Terrapin or a Help on the Way especially. I was like, I can never play that. But I never tried. And I had been in a band, Everwild, that was a country band, and I was kind of getting bored with it. It's just, I mean, not that it was bad, it just wasn't my scene anymore.
I cannot do country. I mean, I can do old school country, but I gotta unbutton this button. I'm fattening out. But we've talked about Everwild because I think we had a mutual for someone.
Yeah, you went to school with some guys and all that. But yeah, they started, and it was just Craigslist, and like I said, Jeff hit me up on Facebook. I went out and tried out.
talk about Buzzy, because I know I definitely never saw Buzzy,
Right.
but I know he was an integral part of the early band.
Yeah, so Buzzy was the last one to come on the group through Craigslist as well. But he had played in the blues scene in the circuit with Ed, so they kind of knew each other. And I think Dave might have known him a little bit, but definitely him and Ed knew each other, or knew of each other. 2015, we started playing, probably around March. I think July we had our first gig. And I think we played maybe 3 shows in 2015. Like, it really was not
First
a big...
one was in July, right?
July 3rd.
Debbie Belcher said it was in July because she was there.
Yeah, July 3rd, yep. And so, yeah, we played that show, and it was just like, yeah, this was fun, and that's cool, and let's maybe do this a little bit more. We got a little steam, and then, just
How many shows until Buzzy passed away?
Maybe 5, 6. It really wasn't a lot. I'd have to go back and look.
I must have been right when Steve came in the band then.
Yeah, Steve came in, I think, March, or I think, actually May. April or May of 2016.
See, that lines up with my divorce, so that's probably what it was.
Yeah, because we played one show at Carey Street without a keyboard player. There actually is one show of us with no keyboard.
Really?
Yeah, so it's out there on the interwebs. You can find it.
Talk about Steve and that soul he brings, and on those. I know Grizz is a huge fan of the Brent songs.
Oh,
And
yeah,
I like the Brent songs too, but I like some of the Pigpen stuff he does too. Talk about Steve and his soul, man, because I feel like he gets into it.
he does, man. And I mean, to look at him and to talk to him, because he's very low key demeanor. He's not.
He has to be, man. He's a big dude.
Oh no, but he's got it. I mean, he's got the soul. He's definitely.
He does, man.
And he's come a long way on his playing too, like his B3, his Hammond playing, his keyboard playing. Like if you listen to the last couple shows,
dude, he kills it.
Yeah, and
I like
soloing too. And he's talked about it. He's like, I never soloed in a band before this.
To give me some loving, man.
Yeah,
yeah.
The
easy wind. Yeah, dude.
And it's all the backup vocals he does with Dave.
Oh.
Like if those weren't there, the band would
Oh
be
my
missing
God.
a lot. Like I said, everybody does their part, man. That's the thing about this band. I feel like.
Let's go back to Ed.
All right.
Because y'all, one thing I've definitely learned about playing, and why I love playing with Rothman, is he's so good about communicating. And I feel like you and Ed are not only communicating a lot, but telling jokes, like without telling jokes. And like all you have to do is like raise an eyebrow to each other. And y'all are on the same page about what you're making fun of, whether it's a drunk fan or a missed note or a sour note or the brown note or,
Me and Ed have a connection. I don't know. I've never played with a bass player quite like him. I mean, most bass players you have kind of just hold the root.
Right.
But Ed can walk and he can converse with you musically.
Dude, I love it when he
So,
walks, dude.
I kind of reference, and we talked, it's like we're 2 squirrels chasing each other up and down this tree, We're all over the place, but we're still in the same interwebs. We're aligned in some way, And I think it's just from listening and playing for so long. And
When he does that slap in the neck stuff, man. And
he's got some tricks. You ever seen him play like this too, where he's just do?
Yeah.
We'll do that in practice, where we're just farting around.
Dude, I love the Ed Zone. I'm also closest to him at the Camels. I'm naturally in the Ed Zone, but I've always loved the Ed Zone.
Well, I mean, him and Jeff and Noel, they're the bass, I mean,
Oh.
when I say bass, I mean, they are the
We're going to get to those drummers. We're getting to those pesky drummers. Don't you worry about that.
Do we have questions?
Check the questions, Drudge.
See y'all
This
this
is your
weekend.
big
So
show.
cool. Blah, blah, blah.
I'm sure there's just a lot of comments. God, Steve, you look so good after such a long week. I know.
Oh yeah, Debbie was at the Watermelon Festival too. All the first shows.
All the first shows. Debbie, you're the oldest fan. What's your favorite suggesting rhythm? Oh wait, hold on. I want to go back to the band.
Okay.
Let's talk about Mr. David Oakley.
The man, the storyteller is what we call
He
him.
carries the freaking vocal load, right?
Yeah, he does. He's the storyteller. Dave's got the most unique way of getting into a song and capturing the essence and then telling it his own way, but it still meshes with what the Dead were doing. You know what I mean?
He definitely makes a lot of stuff his own.
Yeah,
It's good.
and that's what I like about it, though, because everything's kind of been done. I mean, I love Dark Star, I love all that stuff, but I think that's why we love what we play is because we use the foundation and the base of the songs, but then we just go on our own. Somebody said the other day it was like Grateful Dead with attitude, and I really like that.
We got a lot of choices for our Grateful Dead in Richmond, Virginia. It's a blessing and a curse. No one's got it better than us. When I think of suggesting rhythm, I think of the precise played Grateful Dead, but not to a fault, if that makes sense. Grateful Dead can be too precise. It's got to be a mix of jam. And we've had a relationship for a couple years now, and we talk about, what's the word on the street? What do the fans say? And a couple years ago, I was like, we want jamming, man. We want some more jamming. That's what we got to, but a lot of that is just maturity of a band, right?
Yeah, I mean, 5 years into it now, I don't have to look at Ed. I don't have to look at Jeff. I can feel what he's doing. I know when he's going to change or come down or, he's got signature licks. We all do.
My favorite Oakley is after he plays the song the first time, and he works the jitters out, and then you get the second version where he gets a little more comfortable with it. It Looks Like Rain comes to mind. The Black Throated Wing comes to mind.
That's a hard song.
The Throwing Stones comes to mind.
Hard song to sing. Hard.
And when he gets to that point where he's comfortable enough and he starts to do his interjections and things, man, oh my God, it's so good. So good.
Oh, yeah. I love when he does his, scats in between, I don't know if it's Shakedown or the Nas, or whatever. He definitely embodies it. It makes it his own. I think that's the best part.
All right, let's get to those pesky drummers, man. Let's talk about Jeff Rothman a little bit. He's a founder.
Yeah,
we've already gone over that today. Wolfman, he's got a lot of passion. I obviously get to deal with him a lot. People are surprised. Like, some people think he's from Craigslist Jerry. They don't even know he's the drummer suggesting. I told my buddy Thomas that. He's like, really? I was like, yeah. But
he's back there and he's hidden in a way, but he's an animal, man.
Dude, some of those pictures of his hair flowing in the wind, and he's got the growl.
He's throwing sticks at half the band.
Yeah, he's got the growl and hitting people with sticks and full of passion. And then Noel bringing something different to the band, man. I think the sound is a little elevated, man. It's got some more.
I think they sound together more like a solid unit. If I listen back to the tapes from, with Justin, I feel like it was a little bit like two drummers kind of playing. It was good. It was different. And I think that's what we needed at the time. But now I think where we're at, it's just a solid force, a solid unit. The rhythm is there, They complement each other really well because Jeff is thunder. And I call Noel the lightning because he's kind of more jazzy and hitting more of the cymbals. And he's an electrician too, by trade. So
I'm turning into a little bit of a drum nerd lately. And so
and you're doing
good. I guess Dino English from Dark Star was on this, the Golden Road this week. Mm-hmm. And they were talking about Betty boards and the way it was recorded because there were so few channels back then.
Right.
And he was talking about Mickey Hart in the early 70s and even the late 70s would play on this. He and Billy would play on the same backbeat.
Okay.
And then once Mickey started expanding in the 80s, he started playing on that offbeat. Mm-hmm. When I'm playing with like Steph or really anyone, I am generally keeping time, and then they're doing like the fill-in stuff. Yeah, the color stuff. I don't feel like the roles are clearly defined with the two drummers in a good way.
Yeah,
I'm suggesting them.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Who's Mickey? Who's Bill? And it depends on the song. It depends on the feel of it. It depends on if they get tired. I mean, there's been times where I'll look back and Jeff's taking a swig out of his water bottle. I'm like, what the?
I think Fitz and Noel. Man, he's a super cool dude.
Oh yeah.
But his playing is great. I just, he's the rookie until someone else comes along.
It's been a good interjection with the band. The band is firing on all cylinders. We're talking. We're happy.
We're gonna go over.
We're a business now. We're an LLC. It's official, man.
Bro, I was at LLC last year. Bert.
Yeah.
What's your favorite suggesting rhythm memory?
Oh God. The top two probably, or top three. Let me say, I really enjoyed Wilmington this year. That was fun. I know. I mean, it wasn't the hometown crowd, but there was they said 3,000 to 4,000 people out there. And they were all raging.
I think I missed 3 shows last year. That was one.
It was fun. And then, honestly, Steve Stock was great. I can't tell you how many times I've listened to the Help on the Way Slipknot jam.
So,
I love that version.
I'll check the questions while I'm doing this. So I hope this isn't too inside, but Drudge and I do a lot of stuff, man. We're up to a lot of stuff that we have to deal with, and a lot of times we'll talk at work. And a couple weeks ago, we like to listen to music at work. We both started listening to the Steve Stock, I think it was, and then Steve Stock. I mean, you're not gonna hear me argue about Steve Stock 2 being a highlight. By the way, in case y'all didn't know, Suggesting Rhythm, first ever 2-night consecutive run, Friday, Saturday night, 2 sets each night. Steve Stock 3, Be There, Be Square.
Let's see a question. What is your favorite Dead song? Did you have that on there?
No, actually. I have what's your favorite song to play right now. Okay. But what's your favorite Dead song?
I don't know if I have a favorite Dead song. I probably listen to more JGB the Dead stuff. Like if I'm driving in the car,
I get that.
I dig that stuff. But
Well, there also becomes a point in time where when you've got most of the catalog, you've gone through it enough, you get turned on by JGB because it's just something different.
it is something different for sure. But probably the favorite song to play, and this might sound weird, but lately it's Foolish Heart. Because just for the jam, if you listen to the Beacon show that we did this year, or if you listen to 1228,
there was one more recent than that.
1228.
1228.
That 1228 show is by far the band's favorite.
Jam out of Foolish Heart. Then I
it was a completely different song. Like when we went da-na, da-na, it was a different song.
It was good. And that's one where we'll be like, hey man, check this out. Check that out from the last show. I
can tell you my least favorite.
Okay.
Beat It On Down the Line.
What?
For me, I don't know what it is. I think it's because we started playing it early, and sometimes for me it's just too much like wham.
See, man, my problem is I love a Bobby rocker.
It's good. It's not bad. It's just not my favorite to play. It's a quick one though, so it's like, yeah, all right, we'll eat up 5 minutes. What do we do?
Let's kill the 800-pound elephant in the room. Why no vocals? You sing in the Adam East projects, right?
Yeah.
Why no vocals and suggesting rhythm? I got it from multiple people.
Well, I think Dave does a good enough job with it.
That was my Dead & Company pre-sale code for my Dead & Company tickets tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Heck yeah. So I don't sing in suggesting rhythm. It's because I don't really have the courage, to be honest.
Okay.
I can hide behind that guitar. I'm used to that. I know it's in me to sing, but I think singing is a lot of confidence. Just like conversing right now. I was nervous before this. I was probably more nervous for this than playing in front of with John K. At the
Listen,
concert.
at this point, I think it's stupid. Do we really need it?
Me singing?
Yeah.
No, we don't, because Steve handles it.
Rothman.
And then Noel started
And Noel,
singing.
yeah.
And Ed's backed off, so, I mean, me and him are just...
I remember, I think it was Noel's first show. He was like, can I get a vocal mic? I was like, oh, here we go. Can I get a vocal mic?
Guy. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to step on toes, and everybody's doing their thing, so if it ain't broke, why fix it?
What was Noel's first show? It was in September?
I think September 21st.
The Camel? He didn't play Independence?
He did not play Independence. Nope.
But yeah, he definitely asked for a vocal mic.
And he's got a great voice, yeah.
What about sit-ins?
For us?
Mm-hmm.
Having people sit in with us?
Yeah.
We embrace it. I mean, I don't like it when it's the last song of the night and somebody comes up and says the wrong name of the band or something, to be honest. You know, like, that can get a little...
Who did that?
No comment.
Okay.
It's all good. People make mistakes. There's a lot of bands out there, but you
tell
know,
me after the show.
I just felt like it was more like you're just doing this for you than to be with us,
right?
In a way, and which is fine. But I mean, honestly, you said what was your favorite memory? The last one was playing with the kids at Steve's Dog.
That's a good one.
It was really nice to look over there and see them. You know, they kind of flourished then. That was their first experience in front of people, but it wasn't like you threw them to the wolves in a way. You know, like.
Do you know Noah showed up to some birthday shenanigans last week, and he's taller than me now?
Yeah.
I think he grew like a half inch last week.
Yeah, those kids are getting good, so that's the future.
Without a net.
Yeah.
Catch him at Steve Stack 3. Catch him at About Time Music Fest.
And, I mean, Noah and Nate especially, I don't think he had been playing but maybe 6 months. So they keep it together by the time, you know.
You just keep playing, man. The
best thing is they have each other.
That's what I've learned, man. You just got to keep playing. But yes, it helps consistency.
And it's good they have each other. I mean, you got to have
people forget,
play.
man. I saw almost every Craigslist Jerry show for 2.5 years.
How many Peggy-O's did you hear?
Too many. So we have the Camel residency for 2020. We have the show this week, February show.
It's going to be a lot of love.
Early start time.
Wear red.
Why?
I don't know. Just wear red. I don't know. We were talking about that the other day in the you know, like, practice, talking about like
I like red
theme shows, and you know, we do theme shows with different stuff, like dress up like your favorite cartoon character.
Well, I think the bottom line is no matter what show, no matter how we're dressed up, is it all depends on if the crowd's into it, right?
Yeah, and I mean we try to make it different for everybody. That's
right.
I think that's why everybody comes to see us.
Well, I'll be honest, man. There's a lot of people. I know a lot of people, and I shake a lot of hands, but there's a lot of people at these shows that I don't know.
Yeah, it's gotten that way,
and that's
more
good.
People I don't know than
it's a lot of young people.
Yeah, definitely. Even with the time moved up, I feel like that's going to make a big difference too. You know, like,
well, we've had one. Hopefully, people learn, because I felt like it was a late arriving crowd in January, but when they got there, it was a good crowd.
Right. But it was weird because when we had the night shows, people would watch one set and be like, "Man, that was really good," and I'd be like, "Well, stick around. We have another set." And they're like, "Oh, really?"
Well,
so
Yeah,
everybody's kind of learning everything.
Yeah. I know some bands that don't take set breaks for that very reason. They're worried that the place is going to clear out.
It's like we get different waves, so I like it. It's nice to take a break.
5th birthday show is a big deal on February 29th. Why is your 5th birthday show on February 29th when the first show was in July?
We did it based off Facebook. So
that's when the page was created?
The page was created in February. And February 29th was leap year, leap day. And we were like, let's just do it on that day, and then kind of we can joke around and be like, is that the show that ever happened? Because I don't know, we were just kind of figure out a way to make it kind of fun at the end of the year and at the Canal Club, because we always do kind of something special at the Canal Club.
That's what I was about to get into.
Because we don't really play there that often, because I know some people are kind of leery of the area, or I don't know what, but it's a great room. There's plenty of room to dance and do whatever, and the sound is good.
Y'all kill it at the Canal Club. Some of the best shows are at the Canal Club.
It was November 17th.
I didn't ask you your favorite venue to play because it's not fair to the venues. But the Canal Club, I mean, obviously we love the Camel.
Yeah.
I'll order my drink tonight, and I'll get it at 7:30 Saturday.
There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah. Georgia, she does her best. God love her.
There's a lot of people there.
There's a lot of freaking people in there. But they always treat me great, so I love them at the Camel. But the Canal Club, man, and I remember at the beginning, or not the beginning, but the first couple Canal Club shows weren't the best attended.
No.
But we stuck with it. The Red Lady, the 60s show at the Canal Club, the fans argue, one of the best shows of all time.
That's Jeff's birthday.
The last Canal Club show in November
of last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was November. It was November 16th because the year before was the 17th.
And we moved it because of Hampton.
Yep.
Absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I asked why, and Dave says because y'all feel safe because you have that wooden fence barrier in front of you.
He might feel safe. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like we played the Steamboat, for example.
Right.
No stage.
And the crowd's all over
so
you.
So the crowd is eye level,
all over you,
and they're just kind of staring at you. You can't help but feel like a fish in a fishbowl.
We all remember the fiasco at Independence last year. I mean, it's not leaving anytime soon from our memory.
I haven't seen that lady since then.
I'm doing lawns everywhere I go, man, because I bought seats for a couple shows last year for Dead & Company. I end up in the lawn hanging out with you wooks anyway, so why spend the extra money? Great question, Drew. John Holland, great question. As I sit in this beautiful man cave of yours, I see banjos and I see mandos.
Ukuleles, basses,
drums. What other instruments do you play?
Mostly just string instruments. I have a drum set and a bunch of drums here.
Oh, I know nothing.
Yeah, they heard you. I mean, I have stuff here in case anybody ever wants to jam, but mostly the string instruments. Guitar and bass, for sure. Everything else I just kind of tinker with.
Do you play any of those other instruments in the Adam E stuff?
Oh, yeah, if you listen to...
House of the Rising Sun?
And I mean, I played...
Shameless plug?
Yeah, the new single. I played mandolin, actually, in one of my original songs on the first album. You can hear it a little bit. I played bass in some of them, definitely guitar and everything. And wrote all the songs, sing them all. And that's my cousin, Sean. He does all the backup stuff.
Before I get to the important announcement and stuff...
Oh yeah, my favorite color is blue, man.
I was just about to get to the fan questions. Some more fan questions. One thing we joke about all the time is all the guys are in love with you. Alan Peters, you name them. They're all in love with you. Ivan. I know that's an inside joke that we have, but how does it feel to be worshipped by so many middle-aged men?
It's an honor and a privilege. I mean, they want to talk music, and there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion, and they just want to know about my gear and what I'm playing, and they talk about guitar players.
Right.
I'm interested in that, so I don't mind talking to them about that kind of thing.
Right.
So bring on the fans, bring on the questions, I mean, I appreciate it. I mean, we're all blessed in Suggestion Rhythm to have people pay their hard-earned money to come see us all the time.
What is it like for strangers to stop you and say, "Hey, I saw you in that HVAC commercial"? No. When they say
they do both. Yeah.
No, what is it like though, man? Because I've been stopped before, like, "Hey, are you in Suggesting Rhythm?" I'm like, "No, I'm at the merch table," but Here's where we're at next.
I mean, the first couple times it happened, I didn't really believe it, but it
love
felt good. Yeah, I mean, why
You
wouldn't
love it.
it just means that I'm connecting with people. So what's wrong with that? You know, if I can bring anybody just a glimmer of joy on a Saturday night and they remember that, then I did my part. I feel like,
Dude, I got certain songs that I have to be up there for. Looks Like Rain is one of them. And the Goosies, man, I always show you when you're up there after the song.
You're always
Yeah,
crying.
man, you got me. I'm always crying. But so you do it, man. I know one of the things you ask is, goosebump moments, and we go over goosebump moments, and I talk about
I like
them.
hearing the feedback. Like, you're talking about listening to yourself play the other night and hearing the tape. I listen to all of our shows, and I listen to more to like.
Oh my God! It feels so much better after you play it, and everyone praises you, and then you go and listen to it. It's like, I wasn't that good.
Well, that's because you're always going to be your worst critic. It just means you want to get better. But you got to remember this too, and I say this to Ed a lot, because we'll beat ourselves up and be like, I messed this part up in this section, or blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, we played for 4 hours out of the countless notes you played. If you hit 3 wrong notes, it's okay. Like, look at it like a baseball.
Well, see, when I'm playing, I'm basically keeping, I keep time, and then I do some fills.
Right.
And it's like, I've got 4 or 5 fill opportunities, and when I mess up 1 or 2 of them, I'm just like, oh my God.
Well, it's harder when you're just doing it by yourself, too.
Right.
I mean, no offense to Jeff and Noel, you had 2 of them, so one
right.
gets off,
Oh my God. Heavy lies the crown, bro. Let's talk about these opinions, man, because the bigger we get and the more fans we get, everyone's got an opinion about things, man. Right, wrong, or indifferent.
They can have them. I mean,
yeah.
It's art. It's subjective.
I mean, one thing I can say is we always try to make the best decision. I've been called a sellout before, man, but I don't feel like a sellout at all. Because there's a lot of rhythm and soul. Anyway, we'll gush later. The second guessing of stuff drives me crazy too, man. This should have went there, and that should have went there, and why are you playing this, and why are you playing there, and we can't dance in the aisles, all that stupid. It's like, man, it's about the music.
Yeah, but I mean, they want the best experience they want, and they're paying the money, so you have to think about it. You can't be selfish in it,
And then we don't deal with the jealousy factor too, man, because when you're the biggest and you're the best.
Well, there's always somebody bigger and better than you, so.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'm not. It's too negative. I'm not getting in those weeds, man. I'm not getting in those weeds.
I think everybody does their part in the scene.
Everyone's got a
their niche.
Yeah, for real. I agree, man.
Everybody's got their acoustic. Everybody's kind of got like their sing-along. Some do the Dead. Some do JGB. I think we're just known for our jams. We jam out more than any other band. And
what
doesn't make us better. I just think it makes us different, and people want to get lost in that a little bit.
What pisses me off, man, is people they think like it's this maniacal machine that we're like playing the big takeover. It's like, man, it's not like that. We're just trying to play music, have a good time.
I mean, this is my part-time job.
And accommodate.
It's just fun,
Like, we hated to leave Carey Street Cafe, but the fact of the matter is, it's great for the people that got there early, but the line when it wrapped around the block and people waiting in the rain, it wasn't so great for.
Right.
So the move to the Camel, you got to expand and get bigger. It's a good problem to have.
Well, if you're not growing, you're not really doing anything. And I've been in bands long enough to where if I'm not growing and getting better as a musician and getting better as a group, and the business isn't getting bigger and better, then what's the point? Because this is supposed to be fun and grow and have, for the last thing I will say is that it's always supposed to be fun. When it's not fun anymore, we don't do it. So we're just trying to have fun and whatever. I mean, I have no expectations with this. People always come up to me and say, "What do you expect? What do you want? You guys are Dark Star, blah blah blah. This, that, and the other." And I don't have any expectations. I just want to play music with the guys in the band, have fun, play as much music as possible, be entertaining for people.
I have 2 goals, man. Long-term goals. I want to tour out of state in the next 8 to 9 years. And for Steve Stock 30, we're playing at the foot of Mount Vesuvius. Those are my 2 goals. We've talked about Ed, and Ed doesn't know if he's going to make it, but we'll do our best. All right, who's ready for a huge announcement? Anyone ready? I still got 25 people watching. Amen. Musicians need. Amy Lord, I love you, girl. If I feel better tomorrow, I'll stop by, I promise. Huge announcement. Y'all ready? Suggesting Rhythm is playing River Rock on May 17th, closing out the River Rock Festival 3:40 to 5 p.m. on Sunday. How about those apples?
Don't tell anybody.
No,
It'll be announced tomorrow.
It'll be announced tomorrow morning. Don't worry, it's just a little internet show. We only got 2,000 people watching right now. I don't want to hear any bullshit about Dominion. Listen, I threw that out the window a couple years for Keller Williams, who has played it twice, by the way, 2005 and a couple of years ago. Listen, we're all a little bit, liberal to leftist to center, and we all know Dominion's the devil. But hey, if we can do a little bit of good and bring some smiles to the faces, plus we're playing at Browns Island, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, Dominion River Rock, you heard it here first. Gets announced tomorrow.
And there's a show before that, the night before, actually, that Saturday.
Well, also on the bill.
And I think it's our 100th show.
Well, we don't know 100% yet, right?
No, we do. I mean, if nothing else comes up.
If nothing else is added to the calendar.
May 16th will be the 100th.
So Steve Stock will be 99?
98 and 99.
Oh, so we're counting it as 98, 99?
Yep, unless something else pops up. So
It's
don't
freaking
book us
awesome.
in March.
I'll take it. You're right. $3,000. Book it! Book it, Dano!
Boxers or briefs?
Get out of here! You're cheating! That's more fun fan questions.
What do you wear now?
River Rock.
Pajama pants, baby.
I wear none. River Rock, 5/17, closing out the festival on Browns Island. Huge deal. Let's rock it. Don't say anything until tomorrow, 10 a.m. That's your exclusive for watching this awesome show. Steve Stock 3. I'm super stoked to have the first ever consecutive 2-night run. It's going to be epic. 4 sets. I mean,
we already have an idea for you.
We got to push it hard, folks. And in the next coming weeks, I got, the finance people are working on the finances as we sit here, probably on the same computer that he's watching this on. So he's going to shoot me an updated number, and I'm going to work like a whore to get this thing paid off. Like it needs to. Are we doing a summer jam this year?
No, we have a special. We moved summer jam into the fall.
Okay.
Because I felt, honestly, I'll just be straight up. I felt it was tough with people going out of town for vacation, all the festivals, the graduations, and all that. So we have a special show at the Beacon this year on 10/31 on Halloween. It'll be 3 sets.
I already know my costume.
Just us.
It's just a little inappropriate.
It's all right. So everybody dress up, get the ticket. No, not yet. Uh-oh. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, we'll have a special show then. I'm not going to announce anything yet. We'll get through the summer, and then I'll say something.
When we say special show, it might be a 2-band bill?
Nope, it's just us this year.
Okay.
3 sets, that's all I'll say.
Ooh.
It'll be a long, fun night.
Historic show?
Historic, yeah.
Nice! Independence, we're going back there, right?
Yep. July 9th, I think.
And Wilmington, we're going back to Wilmington?
Going back to Wilmington in August, either the 15th or the 22nd. They got to confirm the date. Just waiting on that.
Biggest crowd suggestions ever played in front of was Wilmington?
Probably as far as, it was a whole block. It was a lot. You guys have seen the picture from, my stage perspective. But yeah, it was. The closest in my mind would be the head count at Legends last year.
Yeah, Legends I don't know if it was 3,000, man. That's a lot of people.
No, Wilmington was packed. And everybody was partying and having fun. So calm down this year because I think they're going to do it at a different venue. There's a new amphitheater. Yeah, they're going to do it at the amphitheater and all that. So, and I think there will be an opening band. I'm not sure who it is, but we'll close it out.
I'm not missing it this year. I'm so pissed off I screwed that up last year.
Wilmington's a great town, too. So calm down, get a room, and chill out with us.
What's the future hold?
I have no expectations. I just want to play music and have fun. We book our shows way in advance, kind of set it and forget it, and whatever else pops up. We
want to play quality shows. We don't want to play every weekend, right?
No,
but then at the same time, you itch to play if you're off a weekend.
I am, yeah. Just I fear missing out. I don't know what it is. I like playing. When I'm not, I don't know what to do with myself.
If you don't like playing, why the hell play?
Yeah, exactly.
Talk about the charitable work. The charity this year. How much did we give last year for ALS?
Over $2,500 with the ALS with all the tip money that you guys provided. So we really appreciate that, and I really appreciate it from a personal perspective. So thank you for everybody for doing that. And this year we're helping the kids out at St. Jude. So we hope to do this every year. It's something that we can do to give back, and that you guys are all part of. And it's just something else feel good that we can do. Because there's a lot of other bigger problems out in the world?
I'm doing something tomorrow. I don't want to talk about it yet, but related to Steve Stock 2.
Okay.
And then I'll have an announcement on Steve Stock 3, because one of the things we do love is we love our Heady Grateful Dead jams. We also like to give back to the community. So that's going to be part of Steve Stock 3. Just like it's been a part of every Steve Stock we've ever done. The previous 2.
Third time's a charm?
Right. It's Steve Stock 3, the Wrath of Khan. Okay, you already spoiled it. Boxers or briefs?
What do you think?
Well, we'll find out in a second.
Sorry, for middle-aged men, what do you say now? Boxers.
All right, that was Alan's question. Cats or dogs? That was an actual question submitted at the merch table.
Dogs by far, I'm sorry.
Vanilla or chocolate? Another one submitted at the merch table.
Just by itself? Nothing else?
If you have to choose, vanilla or chocolate?
Chocolate, I got dog.
Y'all know me. We already talked about Jeff and Noel. I had them at the bottom because I was going to do a whole drummer segment. But I've been on for over an hour. You've been on for a long time.
Appreciate everybody tuned in.
Yeah, for real.
It's a long one right here.
I'll wrap it up. I'm going to get gush a little bit. And JJ, it is going to be hot. Alan Newman, Halloween, you're damn right. Tony and Phillip, I love you, brother. I'll see you Friday night. Thank you for everything, man. For being my brother.
Thanks for having me, man.
Every day, all day.
Thanks for everybody coming to see us, and come see us this weekend. Wear red.
Wear red. Come to the merch
Valentine's
table. 8 o'clock start time. Come get your pins before they're all sold out. I can take cash or card. Go to the Suggesting Rhythm website, and you can order your merch there.
Yeah, I'll ship it right to you.
He'll ship it right to you. Get your Steve Stock tickets. But it really is a pleasure, man. You know I love you, and I look forward to Saturday and many years to come. You freaking got me a goosey. Many years to come, man. We'll just keep on rocking. And
I hope so, man. Cause
thank you to Dana. Dana, thank you for letting me come in your home.
yeah, man.
Let's talk about Dana. Let's talk about the girls before I hang up. It is Valentine's Day. Let's talk about the spouses.
Yeah.
The time commitment, man. Do you have to practice a lot with South of the James?
Oh, with the other band? No, I never practiced with them.
You
I would just
hired
come
gun.
and play. Yeah, I was a hired gun. They would just, here's the set list, come play.
So y'all practice almost every week, right?
Yeah, pretty much like every Wednesday.
So the time commitment.
I mean, every Wednesday, and then, sometimes when we had those 7 gigs back to back to back, that was a lot. You know.
Right.
But every other weekend, it's not a big deal, and, we communicate. It's like a good relationship, like any good relationship.
Dude,
you just talk about
all
it.
about communication, man. Good band relationships, good music on stage.
Yeah. And she knows it's my passion. Like when we played with John Kay, she was so proud of me and proud of the band.
It was a big deal, man.
So I'm lucky to have the support I do, for sure.
Right.
My kids are great. My son, I mean, every time I see him go to school, he's wearing a Suggesting Rhythm shirt.
It's freaking awesome.
He's talking about the kids at school wearing it and asking him about it, and, this, that, and the other. And he'll have girls come up here and be like, Adam, play guitar real quick for him, and he'll hop on the drums.
Oh, yeah, that old gag.
Yeah, so
I think we've all been there.
I got a great family, man. Great family. Everybody in the band is great. All the wives are supportive.
All the wives are supportive.
Yeah.
I think
it's tough being married to a musician. It really is. Yeah.
Dude, my poor woman, man.
Yeah,
not only am I
a
a half-assed musician, I'm a half-assed manager, a half-assed hype guy, half-assed merch table, but God love her, man. She puts up with a lot. And happy Valentine's Day, baby. Happy Valentine's Day to all the girls out there. I got 100 mothers, sisters. I don't want to say girlfriends. I got 100 sisters, mothers, positive female influences in our scene. And y'all take good care of us. So thank you. Happy Valentine's Day. See me at Blue Rooster, and I will steal you a drink. And I'll see you Saturday night, Suggesting Rhythm, 8 o'clock. Wear red.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man.
It was cool.
Super stoked, man. It was awesome.
Yeah.
I know we went long, y'all, but just, it is what it is. Thanks, Meg. I love you.
Right.
Bye from Arizona. Mel couldn't stay up. Band Wives rock.
Thanks,
Amy
dude.
Daylord, you guys do rock. You put up with a lot. We love you, love you, love you. Tune in next week. Adam Beeson, Lazy Man Dub. We're going to be talking reggae. We're going to be talking Steve Stock. And we're going to be recapping this crazy week that we're about to do. Love you long time. Mean it. Good luck in your Dead & Company pre-sales tomorrow. And, love y'all. Thank you for all the support, always. Thank you, Drudge.
Later,
Love you, brother.
Thanks, man.
I can't work an apple! Freaking pretentious douchebag, man. Apples. You should see he's got a Lambo in the thing.